You're living in an era where the law is no longer a shield. It's a double-edged sword. The assets you display are the assets you stand to lose. One wrong signature, one divorce, one lawsuit out of nowhere, and everything you've worked for legally vanishes. In this video, I'm not here to teach you how to get rich. I'm here to show you how to keep what you fought for by playing the game better than the suited vultures, by using legal structures to disappear in plain sight and build an impenetrable asset bunker. This is the mindset of the awakened, of those who fear intelligence. And because of that, they survive. From here on, I'll show you how the real players stay hidden, in control, and untouchable. You think you're living in a civilized society where the law protects you. Wrong. The law doesn't protect individuals. It favors those who wield it as a weapon. Every dollar you earn becomes bait for packs of suited hyenas. And the worst part? They don't need you to be wrong, just rich. Lawsuits are weapons. Courts are battlegrounds. If you don't have legal armor, you've lost before you even knew you were being hunted. The world has changed. In the past, power belonged to those with weapons. Today, it belongs to those with traceable public records. Assets under your name are like treasure maps on Google Maps. Every car, house, and company you own is a legally targetable location. You don't have to do anything wrong to be sued. Just being wealthy is enough. The modern world doesn't reward transparency. It punishes naivety. It's time to realize direct ownership is a failing model. The awakened no longer keep cash, land, or titles. They keep control while hiding ownership. This is the new era of finance. People building fortresses not with bricks, but legal paperwork. If you haven't started asset anonymization, you're walking into a gunfight without a vest. Protection isn't muscle, it's legal structure. And this war is happening daily, silently, everywhere. People marry with emotion, but divorce with lawyers. When love fails, courts don't care how deep the feelings were. They just divide assets, and they do it legally, not fairly. If you're unprepared, you'll lose half your empire without a word of protest. The more successful you are, the easier it is to strip you bare. Signing a marriage without protecting your assets is like betting your entire fortune on one single word: hope. Smart people don't believe in forever. They believe in contracts. One well-written, well-signed document can protect you from the most destructive legal disaster of your life: a failed marriage. And if you think talking contracts kills romance, then marry a lawyer. A contract is bitter medicine, but necessary. It doesn't make love less beautiful, it makes it less dangerous. Don't confuse emotion with ownership. They don't belong in the same universe. Don't let feelings cost you your fortune. Financial wisdom means loving fully, while keeping your assets outside emotional reach. You don't need to speak about it. You just need the right signatures. Smart people isolate their wealth from love's volatility. Love may die, but you don't have to die with your money. Because after love comes bills, court disputes, and only those with a legal firewall survive the wreckage. Business isn't a romantic dream. It's a legal battlefield. You either set the rules or get shredded by them. Who are you partnering with? Do you have written agreements? If not, you've basically handed your vault key to someone you call partner. They might shake your hand in front and stab you from behind with one vague clause. The law doesn't protect goodwill. It protects clear contracts and signatures. No contract, no power. You can't demand justice from a system when you leave no paper trail. Every time you grant power without documentation, you're gambling your empire. Whoever controls the paperwork controls the company. And don't ever assume ethics will win when money is on the table. In the business world, contracts beat conscience. That's not an opinion. That's the rule of survival. The solution isn't complicated, just timely. Every partnership needs a detailed agreement. Set terms, roles, exit plans, compensation. Turn worst-case scenarios into clauses. Don't fear seeming too cautious. The wise will respect you for it. And if they refuse to sign, congratulations. You just dodged a bomb. In business, naivety is a terminal illness, and contracts are the only cure. Anonymity is not about hiding, it's about seeing the future. Smart people don't flaunt assets, they erase trails. An asset that carries your name is an asset that can be seized, sued, or frozen. What's visible is what gets attacked. What's untraceable stays alive. This isn't a trick for the shady. It's a legal defense strategy for those who understand the rules. Real life isn't a place to show off, it's a battlefield where survival belongs to the invisible. Those who master stealth win without bleeding. Your pride is your downfall. Want your name on every title? That's ego. The wise strip away ego to become bulletproof. Wealthy people don't need their name printed on deeds to prove success. They live in assets they don't publicly own. That's the real game. When you learn to control without owning, you've entered elite territory, where lawsuits bounce off and threats evaporate. Being visible is a liability. Being invisible is power. And it's all legal. If you play smarter than the predators. Asset anonymization is strategic invisibility. Most don't realize it until it's too late. But the wise build walls while the sun is still shining. Trusts, LLCs, nominees, these are tools to separate identity from assets, like cutting the fuse from a ticking bomb. Not to dodge obligations, but to keep others from weaponizing the law against you. This isn't a world of bullets. It's a world of subpoenas, audits, and legal traps. Those who disappear survive. Those who stand in the open become statistics. Holding real estate under your name is financial suicide in today's world. You think you own property? No. You're broadcasting "come sue me" to the entire legal universe. A land trust is your invisibility cloak. The property still serves you, still makes money, but no one knows you're in control. The legal system can't seize what it doesn't see. You don't own it on paper, and that's exactly how elite players survive. This is the moment you stop playing like a peasant and start thinking like a fortress builder. Land trusts are simple but devastatingly effective. You transfer ownership to an independent entity, and your name vanishes from public records. You still manage, profit, and control everything. But anyone searching the registry hits a dead end. No name, no trail, no weakness. That's the peak of invisible control. While others flash wealth, you operate in silence, secure, calm, and sharp. This is not about hiding, it's about engineering power through absence. The difference between amateurs and masters lies in ownership philosophy. The average person wants their name everywhere. The smart one wants control with zero fingerprints. A land trust isn't just a tool, it's a mindset. It's a quiet declaration. I will not be trapped by the very system I've mastered. When others panic during lawsuits, bankruptcies, or investigations, you sit in peace. Because the walls you built weren't reactive, they were preemptive. You saw the war coming, and you disappeared before the first bullet flew. Want to keep your assets? Separate them from yourself. Want to keep your home, land, or business? Don't let them sit under your personal name. Use an LLC, a limited liability company, as a legal bulletproof vest. When an asset is owned by an LLC, you're no longer the legal owner. You're the operator. If a lawsuit hits, it targets the company, not you. A thin legal line, yes, but it's a steel wall between you and financial annihilation. And that's how the smart play the game. Think one LLC is enough? Wrong. Real players don't put all eggs in one legal basket. They use a series LLC, a structure of legal clones. Each asset becomes its own legal entity inside a master shell. If one asset is sued, the others remain untouched. No domino effect, no chain collapse. This is how you build a real estate empire with reverse damage logic. One company, multiple shields, total containment. That's not just protection, it's architectural asset warfare. The true magic of LLCs and series LLCs isn't just lawsuit insulation, it's flexibility. You choose how you're taxed, you transfer ownership invisibly, you move assets in and out without personal exposure. To the outside world, it's just a business. But to you, it's a fortress with trapdoors, mirrors, and no front door. Tax advantages, transfer speed, privacy by design. The government sees a nameplate, they don't see you. And that's the point. Real power doesn't shout, it vanishes. You don't need to own a company publicly to run an empire. You only need to control it without leaving a trace. Running a business anonymously isn't hiding, it's legal dominance. Use an LLC, a corporation, or a trust to run your operations. Your name appears nowhere on public records. When someone tries to trace it back, all they hit is a legal firewall. No identity, no entry point, just a system you designed to outlive exposure. This is not secrecy. This is survival. Why stay anonymous? Because attention is bait. Visibility attracts lawsuits. When your name is tied to a company, your entire life becomes searchable, even by enemies. But when you hide behind a legal entity, you command from the shadows. Every decision, every profit, every move still flows through you. but no one can strike you if things go wrong. That's not cowardice, that's total control without risk of personal assassination. Visibility is vanity. Anonymity is a weapon. Want to stay invisible legally? Know the law. Every country, every state has different rules about disclosing company ownership. But there's always a workaround, if you understand the system or pay someone who does. Some places allow nominees, others let you use trusts. In some jurisdictions, the right structure hides everything. The average person wants credit. The real player wants longevity. Staying off the radar isn't shady, it's elite-level strategy. Power isn't being seen. Power is never being found. Asset anonymization isn't a game for dreamers. It's a high-stakes chess match, where one mistake can blow up your entire fortress. Slip up once, and you expose your identity. Open the wrong account, sign the wrong document, send one careless email, and you leave a trail. Predators are experts at following blood scent. One thoughtless move can unravel everything. When you play invisible, every action must be intentional. There are no second chances in a world where lawsuits hunt shadows. The biggest disaster isn't being sued, it's being accused of fraudulent conveyance, moving assets to avoid responsibility. If a court proves you tried to dodge obligations, every wall you built gets torn down. Every trust, every LLC, every shield. The law doesn't let you use strategy for deception. That's why you must build legal, logical, provable systems from day one. Asset anonymization isn't about evasion. It's about mastering legality so well, you can dance on the edge without falling. Another danger, the law changes faster than you blink. What's legal today can be criminal tomorrow. If you don't stay updated, you're flying blind toward a cliff. Playing invisible demands vigilance. You need lawyers, you need audits, you need adaptable structures. The wise don't just hide wealth, they hide from shifting legal fault lines. The arrogant get exposed, the cautious stay protected. In this game, law isn't the enemy, ignorance is, and ignorance has no mercy. Asset anonymization strategies aren't plug and play across borders. Every country is its own legal battlefield. Some allow trusts, some demand full identity disclosure, some permit nominees, others consider them concealment. You can't copy-paste a US model into Europe, Asia, or the Middle East without risking legal retaliation. Global strategy doesn't mean copy-pasting. Imitating a structure without understanding local law is like importing a missile system into a minefield. What works in one jurisdiction might destroy you in another. You're not a lawyer, and you don't have to be, but you must be smart enough to hire local expertise. A lawyer who understands domestic law is your survival guide. They help you adjust your structure, choose the right entities, and legally bypass disclosure rules. No one wins internationally without eyes and ears in every region. The foolish trust their own understanding. The wise pay for wisdom and avoid paying the price of legal disaster. Those who think globally but act ignorantly on local ground are the first to be exposed. No system is strong enough if it breaks local law. Be alert. Invest in local legality for global survival. Remember, it's not enough to hide assets. You must hide them legally. And legality only comes when you understand the law, or hire someone who does. The most powerful player isn't the richest, it's the one who makes the law work for him. Assets aren't just money. They are power, freedom, and your future, and that of your bloodline. Lose your assets and you lose your voice, your options, your ability to say no to injustice. In a world where the law can be weaponized to legally steal everything you've built, asset protection isn't optional. It's a duty. If you make money but don't know how to keep it, you're working your whole life for those who do. They don't teach this in school, but this is the subject that determines whether you survive or vanish. Financial strategy isn't about saving more, it's about not losing everything legally. The structures you build, trust, LLCs, nominees, aren't trophies, they're quiet guardians. While others collapse from lawsuits, divorces, or freak legal events, you remain standing. Because you saw it coming. Because you built your bunker before the bullets flew. That's the difference between someone who wins once and someone who keeps what they've won forever. Protection isn't weakness. It's financial courage. This is an unforgiving age. Everyone is exposed, every asset traceable, every move potentially used against you. Only one group survives the long game. Those who vanish inside structure, who control without being seen, who prepare for every legal ambush. You don't need to be a billionaire to play this game. You just need to be awake and start today. Assets are lifeblood. You either protect them, or the world will show you the true price of negligence. The world doesn't reward the skilled, it spares the invisible. You can earn millions, but without legal structures to protect it, you're nothing but a fat target in a suit-infested jungle. Don't wait until disaster knocks to build your fortress. Don't get comfortable just because you haven't been sued. The naive are always the first to bleed. Assets don't protect themselves. Freedom doesn't exist without shields. Only those who take action today deserve to exist tomorrow. Hide, protect, and remember this: what you don't own in your name is the only thing that survives the storm. The game has started. The question is, are you watching, or are you already a ghost in the system?